Like my liquor and my women the same. Well blended from the finest grain. I take a shot of your mama and not all day. Ain't had a drink since you been away. I got them a low down, empty bottle blue. I got them a low down, empty bottle blue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something in the water taught me how to crawl. Something in the water taught me how to fall.
Hey everybody, welcome to Something in the Water podcast, brought to you by Caution Light Media in Waycross, Georgia. I'm Uncle Dave Griffin.
I'm Sean Clark.
And we are happy to welcome back our good friends, the Page brothers from Adel. I'm sorry.
Baby.
I'm sorry.
Adel, Georgia.
Cody and Travis.
Cody and
Hey,
Travis.
I'm Travis.
I'm Cody or Dakota.
Dakota. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's short for Dakota. Cody, short for Dakota.
Yes.
It's like them states up there, North and South Dakota. Yep. They on the people that are from there, they call them just North Cody and South Cody.
Yes.
You know, nickname.
This is South Cody.
Well, right now he's about North Dakota. When he's sleeping, he's South Dakota.
That's right.
Well, we're glad to have y'all back. We've had these fellers on previously on our third episode, and you can go back and watch the episodes in our archives on all the social media platforms. And I believe that we had y'all in here pre-pandemic.
Yep.
And we was talking about your upcoming EP that was recorded right here.
That's right.
With Justin Mercer of Caution Light Media. And
now it's out.
It's out now, folks.
That's right.
There it is.
Blood
Page Brothers EP called Blood on the Bible Belt. It's great. It's got 6 songs, and they're all pretty awesome.
Really good.
Original music from Adel, Georgia.
That's right.
Awesome. Where's this available, y'all?
It is available on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all your major streaming platforms. And we have physical CDs available as well at our shows, or you can, message us online and we can, mail them out.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I listen to it all the time. I love it.
Heck yeah.
It's good. Good stuff. Can't wait for the next one.
Sean Clark, man, he did the artwork.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't do the color, but
he came up with the whole design and all.
Did the line work right there, but
and a friend of ours, Sabrina Dietz, did the coloring of it, and
really
the texture made it pop.
Mm-hmm. She really brought it together.
And she also did the back of it as well.
Mm.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
And they brought me a T-shirt.
Oh,
this is awesome. Bam!
Shout out to the Tie-Dye Shirt Shack in Tifton, little hippie chick store. They did our T-shirts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've had a pandemic, or are in it still,
yeah,
I think we're still there.
How's it affected y'all? Is your gigs slowed down like everybody else?
Yeah, they slowed down a lot. Yeah. For a while, there were no gigs.
Yeah.
Sorry, I ain't trying to cut you off, man. I'll tell you one thing. Like back when it happened, back in March or April. April was like our busiest month we ever had. Like every week of April, we had 4 gigs, like every single week. And like up to date, like that was like the busiest month we had, and we had, you know, so like COVID came and stomped on their plans.
Yeah.
So the April didn't pan out like it was on the books, on the calendar. It was looking good, and then COVID came along and put his foot down on it.
Yeah, we thought 2020 was going to be our year too, but we're like, man, we got some momentum going, and it's like the rug gets pulled out from under you.
Yeah,
a hard year for everybody, you know, worldwide. It was tough. It's a bad year for musicians in particular. The restaurant and bar industry got hit real hard. It was bad for all of those folks, and I played a gig just last night that was the last gig that I played, or the last time I played there was March 20th of last year, which was right at the entrance of the shutdown, lockdown. And I was able to squeeze that gig in, and I played it again last night. Now, it's a lounge called Moss Lounge over in St. Simons. It's attached to the Ember Farm to Fire restaurant. They use the freshest of food straight from the farm to the fire, and the food there is just outrageous. It's delicious. And the lady that runs that place, Tyler Robertson, got to see her for the first time this year last night, and she has made this thing work. I mean, there's a lot of restaurants had to close down, and a lot of bars, historical places in Nashville and all around have had to fold it, you know, close their doors and all. This thing was brutal to the industry, to the music industry. So we lost places to play, lost income, and thank God for the government and its stimulus package that took care of us for a lot of weeks. And hopefully, they passed another one in December that we should be seeing something from, and there may be more in the when the new administration comes in. And that's always welcome, because there's a lot of people hurting out there. So is it picking up any for y'all now?
Yeah.
Is it starting to come back?
Definitely is.
Our next couple months are pretty booked up, you know.
Good.
If they don't, you know, start getting canceled again, but hoping not, you know, because it pays a lot of the bills, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it, you know, it's just enjoyable to go out and play for people, man. You know,
it is, man. Like, you know, it's like whenever you get to go play music and stuff, it's like you forget about everything else when you're up on stage playing, you know, and
in the zone.
Yeah, well, it's good all the way around. It's good for everybody. You know, people ain't meant to be segregated from one and isolated from one another. They're meant to be able to hug and, how you doing, man? It's good to see you.
I mean, 6 feet, dude.
6 feet.
That's
Right. And
where's the measuring tape?
Yeah, people are just meant to socialize, you know, and this social distancing has just created a problem.
Yeah.
You know, and there's news reports out there talking about the real problem, just the tip of the iceberg showing right now that we're going to see in detail in the months ahead is this psychological thing that it's done on everybody, you know, the mental health issues that this thing has created, you know. it's just not normal for people to have to be by themselves and not have that output of being out in public and mixing and mingling with one another. When you're at home by yourself, your brain ends up turning inward.
Yeah.
That's some scary stuff, when you start examining yourself in them deep, dark recesses and all, that's where the mental health stuff comes in. So, good luck with that.
Yeah.
I remember
you doing all right?
I can say honestly that, whenever they started, shutting everything down, that was depressing, man. Not being able to leave the house or whatever, and except for going to the store and and just pretty much throwing out your whole social life, but a little bit of contact you make on social media and stuff, is it's depressing, man.
It was. It certainly was.
I know, like, just we're used to traveling all the time, and when it was, in the deep lockdown, I just didn't even know what to do with myself on a Friday. Just, I wouldn't even really be thinking about it, but like, I'd be all anxious and like, what is going on?
You said, it's
because
Friday.
I would usually be driving
Yeah.
down the interstate.
I had that feeling.
I even did that this Friday
Did you?
because I was all beside myself all day long. Like, what is going on? And I had a gig, but I was just ready to get to it or ready to go, like, I got to get out of here. Cabin fever.
Yeah. I remember how different we all thought way back there in March and April of last year, because it was brand new to us and everything, and nobody really knew what to expect, even from the health authorities on down. Everybody was guessing at it, and that's when the toilet paper started going off the shelves like wildfire, and toilet paper and bread, and
I remember seeing a post on Facebook, and it said, how many rolls of toilet paper and how many cases of bottled water should we buy to end this thing?
You remember we had to buy what was it? These, instead of bread, we had to get like a garbanzo bean.
Oh yeah, it was like tortillas made out of chickpeas and.
Don't get them; they're gross.
Ham sandwich.
I mean,
There was no bread.
They were
man.
gross.
No peanut butter and jelly.
I will say they wasn't bad whenever you put them on a George Foreman.
The George
bread.
Foreman does wonders, man.
Bring them alive.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I remember the only time we left the house was to go to Walmart to buy some groceries.
COVID Central, they call it.
We'd go out masked up and gloved up and walking through there like Alien Nation.
Yeah.
Then bag them groceries, put them in the car, peel your gloves off in the Walmart parking lot.
Throw them in the parking lot for somebody
Throw
else
them
to pick up.
throw them on the pavement.
No.
No, and then we'd get home, and I remember in the early days, I'd take the groceries out of the car, take them out of the plastic bags, and line them up in the sunlight on the ground outside, and let the sun bake that COVID germ just a little bit.
The milk's bad.
And then I'd go inside the house and find that golden can of disinfectant spray, which was another thing that was hard to find.
Sanitizer too.
And go out there and spray every corner of every product all the way around.
Wow.
Yep.
Then wipe it down with paper towels.
It's crazy talk.
I'm telling you.
Can't be too good.
We got that was the early days, and then it's like when you have your first youngin', how everything is so, and then by the third young, it's like Just throw him in the bathtub. It don't matter.
Yeah, man.
Get out
Oh,
the
hell,
yard.
he can fall in the toilet. It's fine.
Go play in the street.
Well, a few months down the road, it was like, all right, enough of this disinfecting all the time. Now I go to the grocery store, come home and just put stuff in the fridge and in the pantry. And I don't know. I know it's real, and we're still dealing with it. But there's a lot more known about it now, and I don't think it's still a threat to some people. But I caught it. Y'all had it too. Me and Connor, my son, had it in December of last year for about 20 days, about 3 weeks.
Yep.
The symptoms were mild with me and Connor, but it was the symptoms that were there was like just constant drained fatigue. Just like, I don't feel like doing anything. I'd get up from a long night's sleep, fix me a cup of coffee and some breakfast and go back to bed.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to.
I stayed in bed for like 7 days with a fever, man.
Oh,
had 102 fever.
We didn't never have the fever, so y'all had it worse than we did, didn't you?
Yeah. Man, like I handled it a lot better than he did, actually. And that's what kind of, blows my mind because, see, I'm overweight. I smoke cigarettes and, and he don't do, he don't drink, he don't smoke, he don't do nothing. And, he handled it worse than I did. And
COVID don't care. They don't care. It don't discriminate. It just jumps on who wants to jump on.
It was weird, but it was rough too, man. Like breathing wise, like after we had got over it, like still like our breathing was like wasn't fully there, and I remember like playing our first gig after being recovered, and that it was a lot more work.
Just singing.
But it's all. Luckily, it come back. Everything's come back to. I know some people, like, from what I understand, like COVID actually like causes like damage to their lungs and stuff, and it's like irreversible damage and stuff.
How long did y'all have it?
2 weeks.
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks.
Over.
Yeah, a little over 2 weeks.
A little over 2 weeks. Yep.
Did any of y'all have the spaced out kind of? That's what Brad Williams told me, that he's like, I'm sitting.
Connor talked about that.
Being at the red light and not knowing how long you've been sitting there looking at a bush. Like, oh, what are we doing? Like, or the taste and smell.
Taste and smell. I might have had 1 day of that.
Did it hit y'all?
Yeah, I actually got that right at like towards the end of it. I started, taste and smell what right.
See, I'll tell you, with me, it was actually in the beginning whenever I lost my taste and smell. Like I remember, it was like, for like the first 2 days, I started noticing that I was feeling sick, but I thought it was like a cold or something. But it still kind of came across my mind that, maybe this is COVID at the very beginning of it, and then, like on the third day of having it, that's whenever my like smell and taste went away. And
yeah, I had something really weird with the taste and smell. Like
you breathe, you be able to breathe through your nose. You can take but can't smell nothing or taste anything.
What happened to me was like I started like everything tasted really intense. It was weird. Like something would be too sweet or way too salty or something,
Yeah.
and then I just like lost my taste and smell.
That's weird.
It is really weird. I hadn't heard anybody say that.
Yeah.
When they started talking about that, I just figured it was like, well, I've had a cold and it's kind of hard to taste or whatever. But the way I heard it described since then is like it's more of a different kind of.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. Like,
everything about it
is, man.
It's
this
not because you're
thing is
snotty. It's
different.
just like a different kind of symptom.
Totally, crazy.
It was almost like too, like at one point, felt like I had like pounds of bricks on my chest, and you can't breathe like in real deep, and you just, I don't know, there's like a heaviness, about the breathing and stuff. But,
with the album or the EP, were y'all able to do like a CD release party or anything like that?
no, we didn't even really get to do anything. So I think right after we released it,
we released it on the day of the Hester Farm.
Hester Farm. Well, yeah. So basically, we had a show in Savannah, Georgia, Hester Farm's Medicine Show, a bunch of other bands, great bands, and we decided to release it at that, that show. We had merch for sale and everything, and it went live on all the platforms, online platforms that day. And then, right after that show, we had COVID. A couple days after, 3 days after that, we tested for it, and we couldn't really do anything to promote the record. Those next weeks after that, which that week we played in Savannah, we played Macon, we played in Lake City, Florida that week.
Yeah.
So we went all over the place. So
yeah, it was like Thursday. Was it like that Thursday we were in?
Yeah, Thursday we were in Macon, and then we went to Lake City, Florida. Then we played in Savannah.
Yeah, on
that
Saturday. Yep.
Where'd y'all play in Macon?
JBA, so place downtown Macon, really cool joint, man. Cool vibe. Yeah.
I mean, like technically, I don't know where I caught the virus, where we caught it. But if I had to guess, I would probably think, I think we got it in Macon, honestly. And
yeah, there's no telling, man.
But yeah, there ain't no telling. But yeah, man, that was rough. You gotta think though. Thursday we were in Macon, Friday we were in Lake City, and then Saturday we were in Savannah. And then we left from Savannah that night and went to North Carolina because my aunt was having like a Thanksgiving.
Pre-Thanksgiving.
It wasn't on Thanksgiving. It's like the weekend before Thanksgiving, and we went up there and got to see my dad and grandpa and stuff. So, we were all over for 4 days,
all over the place, man. So
spreading that virus.
Yeah, exactly. We ain't proud. It's not one of our proudest moments.
Thing about it is another weird
Drove up there
factor
and hugged
about this
Grandpa.
is that most people are asymptomatic and carrying it.
But we ain't know. I think it was actually the night we left North Carolina.
Yeah. Started feeling bad.
That's when you started feeling
like late
Did
that
any of your family
night,
have
early the next day.
Any of the family get it or have it?
Yeah. Your family got it, and
But y'all pretty sure it came from y'all or somebody?
I mean, we really can't tell,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
But
I don't think anybody knows.
Did they blame y'all?
I would not.
They cut you off for Thanksgiving next year?
They ain't blame us, man. 'Cause, I mean, that's the thing. You can't really pinpoint where you got it. I feel like
everywhere.
It's everywhere, yeah. But I mean, I don't want to think that we drove all the way
Right.
in North Carolina and gave everybody the COVID,
right, exactly. It's like with you and Connor. Me and Connor played that weekend. We hung out at my house Monday night watching TV. Wednesday morning, first person that called me was Jody, the other guy in the band, and he said his wife had it, and she, you know, works in the medical field. So I thought, well, she might have got it from work, and I wasn't too worried about it. He wasn't sick, she was, and I was like, he was all worried, and I'm just letting you know because I don't know if you know. And then 30 minutes later, Connor calls me. He's like, dude, I got COVID. 5 minutes later, I was at the doctor going, I need to get tested. And I like when I heard when Connor called me, the second phone call, I started getting a headache, started getting all feeling. I was like, I'm getting sick. I could feel it, but it was all in my mind. Like they told me it was negative, and the headache
All
went
of that
away.
went away.
All the symptoms went away.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no.
Well, your
rhyme or
wife
reason.
works in the medical.
Yes,
too.
she
now.
works at.
Does she have it?
No, and she's the one checking them into the ER.
Oh,
so she sees everybody that goes up there that has COVID or thinks they got COVID, and she's got lupus. But so
it's odd, man. So odd. You got her healthy, perfectly healthy 30-year-old in Middle America, no health issues whatsoever, dead from it. You know, and then you got somebody older and compromised COPD or something, you know, and they get it, and it's just a walk through the park.
Well, you got it right after.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it? You want me to shut up?
No, I was just, 2020 was a bad year for everybody, like I said earlier, but it nigh on killed me. 2020 almost killed me. I had a heart attack late October, and it came about after a weekend that I had 2 gigs on Saturday. I got up real early Saturday morning and left Waycross, drove to Hilton Head, South Carolina, which is right above Savannah, and played. The first gig of the day was a wedding reception. I played it for 2 solid hours, then loaded my equipment, jumped in the car, and drove down I-95 to Brunswick, and got there about an hour and a half before my second gig of the day. And that was a backyard party at a friend's house, Danny and Nancy Johnson. And so the day was packed with a lot of moving around for a 67-year-old, and drinking that night. I drank probably about a quarter of a bottle of tequila, and a few buttery nipples, and
we're still talking about alcohol.
And slept in a one of these, about a couch like this, only you could recline the chair, you know. And I slept real hard that night. I remember that. And woke up after about 4 hours of sleep, walked outside, ate a pack of crackers, drank a Coke, and smoked cigarettes.
You're just trying to end it.
Well, you know, I mean, I've been just doing what I've been doing for years, you know. And that, then everybody else started getting up, and Danny and Nancy has this little outdoor griddle on their patio there. And so he got over there whipping up fried eggs and bacon and pancakes, and it was lard breakfast. You know, it was
Sounds good.
It was delicious. But then I had that, and then went in and laid on the couch and took a long 2-3 hour nap. Then my wife came in there and said, "Let's go to Waycross. Let's go back home." driving home that Sunday, my head was hurting. My head started hurting, and I took some ibuprofen on the way home. Got home, went straight to the computer, doing my stuff, checking emails, Facebook, and smoking cigarettes like I always do. One hand on the keyboard, and went to bed at about midnight. I'd take a little couple of Benadryls that always make me sleepy.
Drowsy, yeah.
I can look at a Benadryl and not wake up for a few days.
Yeah, that's the way it does me.
Man.
And I'd always pop two of them at about 11:30, and then by midnight, I'm starting to get all fuzzy in the eyes, and it helps me sleep. So I did that, went and laid down, and the sleep just would not come because the headache was still there and getting worse. Then my left side of my throat started hurting. Then my chest started tingling. And I laid in bed from midnight to about 7 in the morning, all through that time there, trying to sleep and wondering why my head was hurting and my throat was hurting. All I thought, I have got the COVID. That's what I thought. I thought, okay, this is symptoms of COVID, all three of them. So I worried about that for a while, and that probably wasn't good for what the real reason was a heart attack was coming on. And so my anxiety level was going up, thinking I had COVID. And as it got closer and closer to 7 o'clock, I was thinking, okay, about 8 o'clock, the local health department would open. And I know that they gave free COVID tests down there. So I said, as soon as 8 o'clock hits, I'm going to be calling the health department and lining me up a COVID test. Well, 7:30, 7:45 rolled around, and I walked in there to put my street clothes on, and that was a struggle. And I noticed things. My breathing was, and there was pressure. I equated it to like a freight train that started up here in my head and was kind of slowly leaving the station, and it was traveling from here down, and it was starting to pick up speed, and it was moving, and it landed right here at about 8 o'clock. I was online setting up an appointment for a COVID test at the health department. And I was thinking, God, please, this is feeling rough. And they came back with, okay, your appointment has been scheduled for 9:15, and it was 8:07. And I said, oh, God, I've got to deal with this for an hour. And I remember trying to walk around outside in the yard, and I was planning on driving to the health department. I had my keys and everything sitting in the driver's seat of the car, and I saw a 9:15 appointment. I said, Lord, I ain't never going to make that. And I walked around the yard for a minute, and I got to where my eyes was kind of dizzying up and everything. I said, okay, this ain't, the health department is out of the question. And I went for the front door to lean inside to holler at my wife to come on and drive me to the emergency room. And I couldn't hardly talk at that point. I just leaned on the door, and I looked to my left, and she was sitting in the living room. She looked over at the door, and I said, we got to go. Every time I was talking gibberish, And weird thing about it was my brother that weekend, my brother had some issues with his health and had been transported to Savannah. And they were doing tests on him in Savannah. And for some reason, she got it in her mind right then that I was asking her to drive me to the hospital in Waycross because I was very upset about what was happening to my brother in his health. And she just assumed that in her head. And I was sitting in the passenger seat as she was driving me to the emergency room, just going, hurry, hurry, hurry. That's all I could say. And she was getting pissed at me, for holding out on her and not letting her know what was going on with my brother, who she assumed was back in Waycross Hospital dying or dead. And see, it was funny that we got to the emergency room, and I was getting out of the car to walk in and check in, and she sobbed from the driver's seat. She sobbed, "Oh no, he's not dead, is he?" And that I just heard that, and I thought, what in the hell is she talking about? Because I had no idea
That's what
she was thinking about my brother.
Dear.
I was just having a heart attack and just thinking about nothing but me and pain. And she was over there, had her own conclusions going on about the situation. And, oh, God, it was craziness.
But you didn't know you were having a heart attack.
No, I still didn't accept that part. I just knew that something was wrong and that I couldn't hardly breathe, and there was a lot of pain and pressure, which I should have known. That's what it was. But
the whole COVID thing just kind of throws
the
you
COVID thing did. I got my train of thought in that direction, and I wouldn't let go of it. So I walked into the emergency room, and it was like one of those moments in like a Blues Brothers movie where they're running from the cops and the entire Chicago state troopers and SWAT teams and all are chasing them, and they run up to an elevator and click the button, and they go inside, and it's music and soft music, and they just stand there. Everything calms down for about 5 seconds. They get to the next floor and start running again. It was like that. I get into the receptionist there, and I stop and say, "I need some help. I need some help. I need to get back there." And she said, and the elevator stops, and she goes, "Lean in, sir. Let me check your temperature." So I'm standing there thinking, God knows I'm dying here, and she's wanting to check my temperature. Mm-hmm. And she goes, "Ding," and the music starts. Ding. Okay, here's a wheelchair. I said, "Thank you." I wasn't courteous at all. All I was thinking about was me. And I sat in that wheelchair just going, "Help, help." And she said, they're coming. And it seemed like 30 minutes, and it was probably 2. And meanwhile, Lynn was out there parking the car. And so I know it didn't take long because she wasn't in the emergency room while I was out there. So they got me on back there, and man, it's 8 or 10 people swarmed into action around. I started pulling my clothes off and putting a gown on and prepping here and there with a razor, prodding and putting in IVs. And I was just laying there cold, shivering and hurting, and just saying over and over again, "Why am I hurting? and I heard this voice sound like Moses behind me. It was Dr. Catchings. He was a big old black guy, very good heart doctor, Dr. Timothy Catchings. And I heard this voice. I heard him for first time chastising some of the workers. I heard this big voice booming out there. He said, "Why wasn't I called? Why wasn't I called sooner? Who's in charge?" And he was heads was rolling, and meanwhile I was just said, "Why am I hurting?" And I heard his voice back behind me. It says, "'Cause you're having a heart attack, son." And I said, "Okay, there's somebody finally said it." And they went in right here on my wrist and did the. I remember feeling this. It felt like a liquid ran up and down at the same time. It just felt like whoosh, swoosh. It just felt like liquid was just running all over my arm right down here. And then things started settling down inside me. And I suppose, well, they probably gave me whatever it did to settle the pain and pressure and all through an IV. And this was just that dye or something that is shoot up there so they can see it goes straight up and into this. And then they can see where the blockage and how bad it is and what to do, where to go. Because it was 100% blocked, my right aorta. And so at that point, they take whatever it is probably so small.
Clothes hanger.
Yeah, about the size of a clothes hanger, probably.
Shag it up.
And feed it up and across. And he's watching it over here on the screen, you know. He says, "All right, drop that stent in right there." And they put
a wake up during all that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't remember none of that. But they put a stent in, and that stent just, just zzz, with it, the arms of it just goes out like that and opens that artery up.
Arms of an angel.
Yeah. And then I woke up to being wheeled around the hospital on a gurney. We was headed to ICU. And once we got up there, it was probably well afternoon by then. And somebody stopped in there and said, "When's the last time you ate?" I said, "It was about 2 a.m. And they said, "You're probably hungry, huh?" And so they lunch that afternoon had been, I got a big old plate of beef tips and rice and vegetable medley and a roll and tea. And man, it was good. I made quick work of that. And I recall my stomach feeling real distended, you know. It was kind of hard, you know, and everything. And I had commented to one of the nurses that had stopped by in there and said, "And I'm still having bad headaches. What's up with that?" And she said, "Well, we'll see if I can get you something for that." And she walked out of the room. She wasn't even a nurse on the floor or anything. I knew her she had been one of Daddy's nurses when he was down there for something. And she was just a friend, had stopped in the room, and I don't even know if she was there. I think I made her up. I swear to God, I watched her walk away, though, and then right after that, my sister was standing right where you are, and I was laying right here talking to her. And then my daughter came in, stood right there, and was talking to both of them. And this is their story from here on, because I didn't know what had happened, was that I was laying there talking to them like this. They said my eyes flipped backwards and in my head.
Oh dear.
Or just my head fell back like that. And this machine over here started going off. And the head nurse, young girl, she ran in the room from, they got the nurses station right outside the ICU rooms. And she ran in there, and my sister grabbed my daughter and was pushing her, getting her out of the room, because she was freaking out, my sister, she didn't care one way or the other. No, I'm just kidding. Deb, I'm just kidding. That's humor. It's called dark humor. But Deb grabbed Megan because Megan was just sitting there watching me, out to lunch, and this nurse came in there and jumped up there and started doing the compressions with her hands and hollering, "I need some help." She had to holler it twice, and Deb's standing out there with her arms around my daughter right outside the room. She turned around and looked at the nurse's station. There was one nurse on that side of it and one nurse on this side of it, both of them on the telephone, just sitting there. And the head nurse in my room beating on my chest and hollering, "I need some help." And after the second time, Deb yanked her head around to that nurse's station and said, "Get your ass in there." And she said she heard one of the nurses kind of look up at her and said, "Okay, well, I got to go now. I'll talk to you later." So whatever. The hospital was good, but it had its bad employees. For the most part, that hospital's great. I don't take nothing away from it now. But this is weird. What had happened was my, and I read up on it after I got home, is ventricular fibrillation, VFib. It said that a 5% or less patients who undergo stint placement within 24 hours may go into VFib. And 5% or less of total population that ever had a stent placement. So here I am, ready and willing to go into that 5% or less, shit. Ventricular fibrillation, it means that the valves in your heart just start going haywire and start doing this, and your blood stops. The blood stops pumping in your body, and that's why I went, like that. And they said I was out for 30 seconds. And what I do recall in that moment right there is that I saw with my eyes and I heard with my ears, and it's still registered in my brain, because when you die, your brain is still functioning for a certain amount of time, unless it's probably a shot in the head or something, or I don't even know the deal about that, but it's like hospital deaths like this, where something goes wrong with your heart or a clot or a stroke or something like that. You're still if it's minutes go by, you're losing oxygen And that's when the damage is done, you know, when the oxygen is deprived going to the brain and the cells start dying, you know, the longer you go. But the fact that I was only out for 30 seconds, my brain was alive and well, you know, because this is weird, though, is it felt like somebody other than me that was seeing and hearing this stuff, you know, and people talk about the light, you know, I think that happens the longer you're under, when you start going up there and hoovering at the crown molding, looking down and say, nice shoes. But since this is what I saw those nurses that was on the telephone taking their time. I saw them come running in the door, and it was like a movie or cartoon or something, you know. And I saw the looks on their faces and everything, like you know, alarmed, alert, you know. Oh my God, it's code blue or whatever, you know. And I saw that, and I remember just thinking it was rather funny, you know. I say, what the hell are they doing? Why are they so damn upset? You know? Wow. And then the voice again. I think it was, I don't know if it was Dr. Catchings again, because he was in the hospital and he immediately heard what was going on and came up there. But I heard somebody say, get the paddles, or hit him with the paddles, or something like that. So that was when she finally got more hands in there and help, assistance and everything, somebody could get over there and flip the machine on and do whatever they do, you know, with those things. So they shot me once, shot me twice, and that was the 30 seconds, and it was, man. And I was back. And
all that happened in 30 seconds?
About 30 seconds.
Wow.
Is what they said. Yeah, I got the accounts of it from my sister, and the next day, and then what I recall about the next day was Tuesday, October 27th, and the first person was the head nurse that came in my room that morning, and she said, "You look great compared to yesterday." And everybody that I saw that day kept saying, "Oh, you look so much better." And I was like, God almighty, I must look like death. See, I still didn't know about that, what had happened to me. I didn't know.
You just slept it off or whatever?
Well, I didn't know. There was no knowledge of it in my head. I had to rely on my sister and the head nurse coming back in later on Tuesday, and after I found out what had happened, the head nurse was in there checking on me, and I said, "What happened yesterday?" And she said, "Oh, you gave us a scare." And I got her story of it, you know, and so it's weird. But anyhow, the heart attack didn't get me in the end. COVID didn't get me. And then I was diagnosed about Labor Day. I noticed a bulge of tissue on my neck. Started doing tests for that in October and everything. Found out I had a nodule on my thyroid. The heart attack got in the way of the biopsy on that, so I could trace that down. And all of that and then COVID came along. And I just found out this past week that the biopsy, the nodule on the thyroid is no problem. It's benign.
Good, man.
So now the only thing outstanding is I got a hernia right down here in my groin, and I'm gonna get it repaired.
You can live without your groin
pretty damn quick. So all in all, 2020 was a year that I will not look on fondly, and I'm glad to have it gone.
Oh yeah.
But
We still in it.
folks, we need to just get along.
Yeah, man.
No heart attacks.
That's quite an event, man.
It was an event. I don't wish it on anybody. So, I quit smoking. I did quit smoking.
Oh yeah.
Man,
And
that's
I
good,
laid them
man.
cigarettes down. I ain't had one since October 26th, the day of the heart attack. And quit smoking, quit having sex. I've noticed that
Was that a doctor's order?
Doctor's order.
it's dark humor. I've noticed that everything feels good because with quitting smoking, I think of course your lungs regenerate, cells, oxygen improves, blood flow improves, so your cells all over your body improve,
Yeah.
I've noticed that I can do this right here and just stick my finger in my ear and everything feels so good. I said, I ain't never felt my ear like that before.
Wow,
It does.
man.
It just feels good. So
Sean, stick your finger in his ear, see if it feels good, man.
that don't feel good. Your finger don't do it for me. But
Reminds me of
I don't know.
Give him a wet willy.
Oh, stick a wet one in there.
Oh no.
That's whenever you know you.
They know what it is.
It was in some movie or something that's it's an old lady in the movie, and maybe it was a couple of old ladies talking, and they were talking about sex, and like, what do you think feels better? Do you think a woman feels better having sex or a man feels better having sex? She says, when you stick your finger in your ear to scratch it, what feels better, your ear or your finger?
Wow.
That's it. Perfect.
That just reminds me of that.
Wisdom of old ladies.
So Page Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We're here, man. We're glad to be here.
No heart attacks.
No heart attacks.
All right.
And just, to all the people out there trying to make COVID-19 political, wear your face mask if you're out in public, like this ain't a hoax. This ain't the government just trying to control you. This is real, people, I was watching, in Adel, they had the mayor or something did a Facebook Live and was, talking about people like making it mandatory to wear your face mask in public. He says on there, should I have to tell people to wear their face mask? Like, should I have to make it? Like, you shouldn't have to tell anybody to wear your face. You should wear it out of not wanting to catch it or spread it to anybody, like it's common sense.
Yeah.
But
well, it's crazy. It has become politicized. People hollering about their freedoms. Give me a break.
Yeah.
yes.
It's what it is, folks. Whether it's like some of you believe it's a hoax and everything, don't matter if it is or not. Which I firmly believe it's not.
No.
But what it boils down to is, like you said, common sense, number one, but respect.
Yeah.
For your neighbors, respect for your fellow man. Just do it out of respect.
Yeah.
It's so daggum easy. But instead you want to bitch and moan and complain. And then half of these people that do the bitching and the moaning wind up with COVID in the hospital on a ventilator and making YouTube videos saying, "Folks, I was one of these people that called it a hoax. It's not a hoax. This is real," and dying from it or almost dying from it. In the meantime, you still got people out there going, "I don't get it. Hell no, I ain't wearing a mask."
So I would feel bad not wearing a mask in like Walmart or a store or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go in there and people are looking at you, making you feel bad because you got one on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you one of them. You got a mask on. You must have voted for so and so.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Serious
man.
issues in this country right now.
Like, I think there was like a pandemic in like the early 1900s. You know, they didn't have as much tech. They didn't know as much about, you know, stuff like this back then because, you know, technology and medical advancements and stuff wasn't as up to date. And I don't think people were making it political back then. Like
They didn't have the internet. They didn't have masks.
Yeah.
They didn't have to know how to know that they needed a mask.
It was political back then, though. They just didn't have all that social media and stuff going on, you know. Word traveled a lot slower, but there was, believe it or not, there was a Republican president in office, and it happened right at the end of his term, you know. And he chose to do the same thing that this last administration did. They decided, let's try to keep it quiet, you know. And I mean, you're supposed to be able to learn from history.
That's right.
But and then a few years following that, you had the Great Depression. That mic's on the floor down there. Did it fall over? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Page Brothers, after the podcast, you guys are going to do a Facebook live stream with Caution Light Media.
That's right.
And I think before this episode airs and after the Facebook Live airs, they're going to add it in at the end of the podcast. So it'll be another time to see it.
Sweet.
So,
heck yeah.
Can't wait to hear it. Heard you guys got some new songs. Y'all played me a few out there.
got a
They're
few.
awesome.
You're trying to write some, man.
Yeah,
it's been a little easier, you know. Here lately, we've been writing a little bit more, you know.
I had writer's block for a while, man. I tell you, like, it was like I could write like a song every day, just about. And for a little while, I went like a couple months without, like, you know, not being able to write anything or come up with like a verse and just either not be able to finish the song or like just end up, you know, you get that verse wrote out and then, you know, at first the idea sounds good and then you start thinking about it more and you're like, you know what, this ain't that good.
Throw that in the trash, man.
Throw that in the trash or, you know.
Yeah.
But I love writing songs, and to have like a writer's block, it sucks, man. Especially, you know, I can't write unless like I feel inspired, but like when I was like pumping out a song like every day or at least, you know, like every other day, you know, I didn't have to like force a song, you know, I just like got moments where I feel inspired to write something and go and try to write a song, whether it was by myself or try to write one
it's
with
like
him.
your creativity flow just got blocked, man.
That's how it is with me. It comes and goes. Like I feel like right now I've been writing a lot. Me and Dave's been hanging out again. He always kickstarts my creativity, but you know, I'll go 6 months or not write anything, and then it all comes back or whatever happens. And
I've been doing writing songs for a long time now, over the years. You know, I started about when I was about 19 or 20, and I don't give writer's block the attention that it wants. You know, I look at it like, I mean, I've had it plenty of times over the years, but I've gotten to this frame of mind. Like, it seems like you get the older you get, the less you care about, less you worry about how you look or how you appear, your opinions, how you appear to other people, and all. You get to the point where you say, "Screw it," you know. Whereas a young man, I worried about a lot of different things that you don't even need to worry about. But writer's block is in there with that. I just say, "Screw it," you know. I know that I will write again. Just ain't gonna worry about writer's block. It'll come again, and when it does, I'll be ready.
It's a hoax, man.
It's a hoax.
Writer's block, it's a hoax. It's
political.
The writer's block.
How many rolls of toilet paper and cases of water you need to buy to get rid of writer's block?
I don't know, but you can write a song on toilet paper.
Hey.
That's right.
It just roll right off.
Just don't get it wet with the water.
So, as y'all, the history of y'all's music as brothers and everything, and as band members of the same band, have y'all figured out, like, over the years, who's done the most writing, or is it about equal? Or
Well, no, definitely not. It's definitely him. He's the writer. You know, I do a little bit here and there, helping him and try to write on my own some too. But
have you written on your own at all? Yeah, words.
Yeah, recent song we just wrote. You know, we collaborated on the chorus and first verse, and we had it for a long time. Well, not too long, but I just finished the last 2 verses.
Cool.
On my own there, so. Yeah, sometimes I write on my own, and I've got a couple of my own songs that are unfinished, you know. But I don't know if I have an actual complete song I've ever wrote just by myself. So.
Yeah, you do, man. You got a couple of them. So don't. He just tries to undermine himself sometimes or whatever. But he's just as good of a songwriter as I am. I just have more time on my hands, you know, like. He, you know, works at the music store a lot, and I just play music and
turn into South Dakota.
That's right.
And musically though, you're like the lead guitar player.
Yeah.
In the band. Cody, when you write your songs, do you have the chord structure and everything, or do you go to him and say, "Help me put this to music"? Or
every song, you know, comes out differently. I have had songs.
I'd say most songs that you write, you start out on just by yourself on acoustic or something.
I have had songs where I had what I heard in my head and had the whole lyrics wrote, but I couldn't play the chords that I was hearing. You know, like I didn't know how to play the chords that I was hearing. So, you know, I usually go to him when something like that comes along, because, you know, as far as my ability to play guitar, I'm very limited. You know, I don't know a lot of different chord structures. Like I'm like almost I'm a basic guitar player. And then the little bit of technical stuff I do know how to do, I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. I just
I don't know what I'm doing.
You know, like coming up with a riff or whatever, or putting just chords together. Like, you know, I don't go by any any like rule. I just
Sometimes
what sounds good.
That's better to not know what you're doing sometimes.
That riff y'all showed me you come up with a while ago,
Yeah.
man, that is
He's came up with
that's good.
This tune, Fast Paced Living, on the EP. He wrote that riff all by himself and chord progression and everything.
Wrote the riff on the last rides too. Poor Man's Rich. You know, it's simple. It's just like, you know, 2-3 chords. That's
but,
just,
you know, the flow of it, you know, the rhythm.
3 chords and the truth.
That's right.
That's right. 3 chords and the truth. But as far as, you know, I've had a couple people ask me, they, you know, that I haven't really collaborated as far as writing with a whole lot of people, except for him and a small group of y'all and some of the people that you remember fiddling a burlap.
That's gonna get brought out here soon. We got to do that
some point.
You know, like that was like, you know, writing with y'all was probably really the first outsider experience of writing a song with somebody other than him or myself. Was whenever we, you know, come on the podcast last time and we were working on that. We had Blade here and everything. And but you know, I've had people ask me, you know, what's your songwriting process? How do you go about writing a song? And it's really, only thing I can really say is I just feel inspired. I get like an urge inside of me. I feel it, like inspired to do something, or, you know, I'll come up with like one phrase of a song or something, and each song comes out a different way. Some songs I come up with a riff before I ever know what my words are going to be, or sometimes I come up with words and then I go back and try to put chords to it, and like, you know, words and melody and stuff, and then there's some songs I go to him, get him to, you know, try to work out what I'm hearing in my head for it, and he'll come up with it, or he'll come up with a guitar riff and be like, hey man, I just come up with this riff. You need to put some words to this.
Just write a book, How to Write Songs.
Man. Yeah, there's no set way to do it.
There ain't no set way.
Nope.
I mean, you know, if somebody was to ask me how like teach me how to write a song or something, I could, you know, it's like there's no wrong or right way to do it. It's just, you know,
I think it's
heart and soul,
mystical, cosmic, and one of the closest things to God or magic or whatever.
Whatever you
that
want.
is out there. It's just words can't express it.
Sometimes it just comes out of thin air, out of
It's
nothing.
amazing.
It is.
It's just to be able to sit down and just pull words out of the cosmos, and they wind up on a sheet of paper in front of you, you know, and sometimes you don't even feel like you had a part in it, you know. It's just like, how did that happen?
Yeah, it's like a couple of songs I do remember, you know, coming up with words to them, and it just come by like real quick. And then like after doing the song a couple times, I having it wrote and finished and everything, and then I really start like thinking about the lyrics and thinking about it, and I'm just like, man, I wrote that, you know, like like at the time, like it ends up meaning more to you afterwards than at the time that you was writing.
Like sometimes you'll write it, and then a week later you're like, oh, like I get it now. I wrote it, but I even get it now. Like
sometimes
I didn't even know what I was talking about. when I wrote
exactly.
It.
Yeah. You don't have a set like thing. You just kind of put stuff
Like,
together.
It's deeper than you thought it was.
All of a sudden it makes
works.
sense.
Yeah.
You know, and you say, 9 times out of 10, it will be about something that had been or has been going on in your life, subconsciously,
Yes.
you take all of that stuff and it piles up, and then like a volcano, it just erupts, and it comes out, and you're writing this stuff down and come to realize what it's about.
I can say that, as for being an artist, musician, there's, playing live and writing, the writing aspect of it's in ways two different things. Like even I think you were saying earlier, before we did the podcast about playing covers and stuff, and it's a you can make more money as a band or acoustic act or whatever doing cover songs, but really the self gratification is in going out and doing your own stuff. It's like we've had moments where people come up to us, play some dancing music, or
play something I can dance to,
whatever, or
I don't know how you dance.
Play this, play that. Do you know how to play Freebird? And I'll be like, here's 2 Freebirds. I'm just kidding.
We did play Freebird last night, just jamming, and it was pretty fun.
Okay.
But I mean, that's a great song. But
it is a really good song.
Getting off subject, going and playing something, they want to hear that, and then we're like, how about we play something you never heard before? You know what I'm saying? Something that we wrote, something, and some people dig the original music, and then some people just want to hear, Give Me 3 Steps and Wagon Wheel and Tennessee Whiskey.
Yeah.
I always think about like when those bands that they're requesting were out playing those songs for the first time.
They were original.
What were people heckling at them? Like they're trying to play Freebird, and they're like, "Play Little Annie," or whatever,
Play Stitchburg Blues.
If I don't hear Little Annie, I'm going home. We're playing Freebird. We wrote it.
Play Wooly Bully.
Wooly Bully.
Wooly Bully. Yeah, play Wooly Bully.
When Skinner's trying to play Freebird, they want to hear Wooly Bully. That's pretty good.
I tried to say that on a stage one time. We were in Statesboro, and at a brewery, and I just heard this voice like, "Play Widespread Panic," and I said, "I wonder what people used to yell at Widespread Panic to play." But then it was actually like the girl. It wasn't the girl that booked us, but she was like the bartender or something. And I felt like, I wasn't trying to be rude, but I felt like nobody laughed or nobody, you know what I mean? It was just fell real flat.
It was over their heads.
I was like, oh, okay.
It was too deep.
They're like, what? They probably said play some Widespread Panic. Widespread Panic.
Well, then, that's the point I'm trying to make.
When we first started out, trying to play live, before we were even technically old enough to get into a bar, we started out playing original music. And, we didn't really just play nothing but original music at the time. We were younger, and I don't even think we was as good as writing songs or, singing and playing stuff at the time. But, everybody's telling us, y'all got to play covers, And it wasn't actually until we started playing covers till we actually started making some money at it. And now, we've been playing covers for a while, and we throw originals.
Put the originals in there, and
we're like, we force them to. It's like, you want to hear Fat Bottom Girls? You got to listen to these 5 songs first.
Yeah, that's the way we do it too. We play covers, but and it used to be more covers than originals. Now it's like going the other direction, and but that still don't stop them from saying whatever they're gonna say.
My wife gets on to me all the time for not playing
enough.
and as many originals as she thinks I need to play. She'd just soon hear nothing but originals. And I'd love it to be able to do that. And there's some gigs that allow that, if you play in a songwriter's forum somewhere or something, But just playing restaurants and bars and stuff, I have a hard time getting it through my head that, people. I'm afraid if I go too far down that original book, that they're going to lose interest and get bored out there if they don't hear something that they recognize. Yeah.
Not with your songs though. Your songs.
Still, you got people from New Jersey traveling through Jekyll Island or something. They're sitting out there saying, I ain't never heard this. I ain't never heard this. I ain't never heard that.
Yeah, but you're thinking about it wrong, because them people came from wherever they came from to come down south, and now they're hearing some real Southern inspired original music.
Yeah.
They stopped in the right place. They didn't.
I guess I just have. I have.
That's what I would think if I go somewhere. I mean,
a lot of years of built up history of doing it. The cover route.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing a cover, but I enjoy it. But
I mean, there's some songs I like playing that are covers, but I'm always finding myself after a couple months of learning a new cover song. It's like, you know what, man, we need to learn some new stuff, because get bored.
Yeah.
Get bored of playing other people's stuff, man. And I tried, but even when we do, cover songs, I try to make it as original as I could do it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Do it your way, and not because you can't repeat anything. But I mean, you can, I guess. I've seen people who cover whoever like to the T and dress like them or whatever. But what fun is that?
Yeah, just listen to the original artist.
Tribute band.
Yeah.
I just enjoy the creativity side of it more.
Yeah, I do too, man. Like, even writing's my favorite part of music is writing a song. Like, I like writing better than performing.
It's like birthing a baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Here you go.
Breathe.
And then, there's, of course, songs that I write and I have a love-hate relationship with them. Like, sometimes I feel like they ain't good enough and I don't play them for a while.
Play that song.
Or, how many times I tell you, I don't want to play.
We're going to play Fast-Paced Living. I don't want to play that song.
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know, man. Like, I guess after a while of playing them, you play them so much. Like, because, I mean, we try to play some of our, like, I'd say there's original songs that we play that make every show we play, no matter whether we're playing a music festival or a bar with a bunch of frat people in there,
Or an Elks Lodge.
Or Elks Lodge, or VFW, or
no, dear.
Front tuckers.
Yeah, and I don't know, like I'm always wanting to keep evolving and just keep writing, and even with the cover songs, learning different stuff, because I get bored of it after a while. And then, after you do a song 50,000 times, then, every time you do it, you start you get to where you overanalyze the song. It ain't every song, it's some songs, that I've wrote, that I've overanalyzed just because we've played them so much. And, like, I'm like, just like, I don't want to do this. So I try to go write more songs to keep, but I mean, that's one thing that happens, I feel that happens with, like, people that their songs get on the radio. So every time they go and play a big concert, they have to play that song over and
the hits
over and over and over again. And I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's some bands that you'll go and they won't play the hits because they've got a new album out and they're hits from 20 years ago. And then you got ones that are still.
I went and saw Neil Young in Chastain Park up in Atlanta one time in the, I guess it was, this must have been 2000s. And he had just come up with that Greendale album, which was hard enough to get into the album itself because it was one of them story albums. And he chose to perform the Greendale album in its entirety at that show. And it was like he pissed off everybody in that place, you know, and those people at Chastain Park, it's outdoor amphitheater. And right there in the pit area in front of the stage is a bunch of picnic tables. And I guess part of the ticket buying tiers, you know, you can get those tables right there and they'll bring you food and everything. And then people got up there and got to talking, you know, and the talking, he was up there doing an acoustic number just by himself. The band was off stage. He was up there playing that song. And the talking down there in the pit area, the picnic tables, was drowning him out. He just pulled the guitar off about that. He didn't finish the song. He put it down. He said something to the effect. He says, I learned a long time ago. So I was playing a show in Las Vegas a long time ago. And then whatever he said was a direct insult to them people down there, but they didn't get it. And they applauded him or whatever he said. Yeah. Anyhow. He came back, and thankfully his encores was like Cinnamon Girl and
Heart of Gold.
Something else, you know. He played maybe 4 or 5 songs that was the hits, you know. But that's true. I mean, bands have a hard time with that as, you know, established groups. The stars, can you imagine? The Beatles, the Rolling Stones. I mean, they have to get up there and decide whether to. Well, they're sick of it, you know. Surely.
Bob Dylan, when you go see him, he'll have a new album out and it'll have a new sound, and then the older songs that he does them differently, like they sound like they would have been on the new album.
Yeah.
Totally different progression, totally different key, singing different melody lines, and
that's what gets him through it.
Yeah, and you get about halfway through the song, you're like, "What? That's like a Rolling Stone." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know if it comes across with the crowd or not. But I enjoy it. I like to hear.
Did y'all
different
see
versions.
he sold his whole song catalog?
Yeah,
$300 million, man.
That's awesome.
Well,
I mean, what
it really makes sense.
He wasn't going to get that 300 before he dies.
No, these people are pushing 70 and 80 now. You know, it's like, why are you holding on to that catalog anymore unless it's for your family?
Because people are just streaming it anyway.
I mean, you think about their heirs and everything; they're probably a little bit pissed, but they're going to get.
They're going to get part of that money.
Part of that.
Probably
the
bigger
proceeds,
part than they would have gotten from.
Yeah, and what would they do after Dylan passed away?
Piss it away.
They'd take it and sell it anyhow.
Yeah,
just like Bill Lowry's,
just like Prince.
Kids did.
You know, Prince never had his stuff on streaming or anything. Then he died, and they're like, Nike commercial, let's do it, or whatever.
I think I remember something about like the Beatles, their catalog or something ended up going up for sale, and Michael Jackson bought it.
He did.
But they were him and McCartney were friends at the time.
Yeah.
How does that work? You know, like selling your whole song catalog, can you still play the songs and you get the credit and the royalties for it, or like I'm not?
Well, you're the original writer.
Confused me, you know.
But if you don't own the song anymore,
no, the publishing company is the one that keeps turning it, isn't it? In other words, Beatles were published under Northern Songs. All right. At some point, somebody gained the maximum interest in that publishing company. Shareholders, you know, they outweighed McCartney and Lennon as far as ownership goes of the publishing company. Now, as a songwriter, each song that you have published in that publishing company, the song is split between the writer and the publisher. Most cases, it's 50-50. The publishing company gets 50% of the royalties, and the writer or writers get the other half. So, and then if Northern Songs sells their catalog to Bicycle Music Group in America, the song travels overseas, and the songwriter is still the songwriter. It's just a new publishing company.
So when Michael Jackson bought it,
so Michael Jackson just retained the publishing rights to all those songs. So instead of Northern Songs owning the catalog of Beatles material, Michael Jackson now owned it, and he got 50% of the benefits of royalties as a publisher.
So would that mean if,
or as the owner,
somebody was to go and record a song, you know, like off with one of them songs that was under that publishing company or whatever, would that mean that they would have to get the rights from them to put the song out, and they would get a cut of the money that was made off of that song?
Yeah, I would think Paul McCartney would still be gaining that cut from any song that he ever wrote, you know. Unless his right goes out the window due to a time limit or something, you know. Copyrights, I think, when you copyright material, it's good for like 25 years or something like that. And then you have to extend it. I can't remember. There's a lot of stuff in. That's why they call it the music business, because it's a business.
It's weird.
It's full of lawyers and accountants, and
I don't understand none of it.
Well, it's changed so drastically now, but the days of the 50s and 60s, 70s, 80s, probably even the 90s, there was the songwriter signed a contract with a publishing company, and they got royalties, you know, off of their material. And those royalties were like such and such cents per album sold, you know, and you could make a fortune if you got a cut on Garth Brooks' album or something. You could be set financially for life as a songwriter. But nowadays, with Napster was the head of the pimple, and the streaming, digital streaming and everything, it is worked against songwriters. They're only getting a fraction of the royalties that they used to, you know. It's sad, but that's why these guys are selling off their product now, because they're at an age where it doesn't much matter. There's no need for them to keep hold of it, really.
Yeah, it's like really the only really source of income a musician can really make is off of touring playing, you know, like even if they have a song, they're getting a fraction of the royalties from a streaming site, like, you know, if they got like 1 million streamers on there, whatever, buying their stuff, they was still wouldn't be that much money. Versus like if it was back in the day and it was selling like 1 million vinyls. And that's one thing. Like I think we was talking about earlier, having a physical copy is something you can hold in your hand
and look at while you're listening to.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, in my opinion, it sound like even CDs, they sound better than, you know, streams. Like, I don't know, like I feel like some of the realness and
it turns music into a tangible object.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Vinyl's the best in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Like it's better than CDs or MP3, whatever. It's vinyl's the best,
but it's talking about making money as artists. Talking to Paul Lee, who's on the road with Blackberry Smoke, as their what's his title?
Road manager. Tour manager. Road manager.
He says that not to put their business out there, but they make the most money they make is off of merchandise, T-shirts and whatever they have, CDs, albums, and when they got started, they had 2 vans. The band was in a van with all the equipment, and then they had a van full of merchandise.
Yeah.
Like they had that much merchandise, and that's what like paves the way for their career, really.
Yeah, man.
It's true.
Just a little bit of information.
Yeah. The days of old, you know, you'd go in the studio, you'd sign a contract, recording contract, you'd go in the studio.
They give you a car.
That you could get an advance, you know, which you would end up having to pay back with your royalties. But that was living large, you know, all these young kids out there, barely 20s, living rock star image, buying cars and houses. And then you'd record the album. They'd start playing it on the radio. You'd tour to promote the songs on the radio. The people would hear it on the radio, go out and buy it. That was the process. And when they bought it, the money would come back to the publishers and the record companies, and then that was the whole cycle and everything, and it's gone now. It still exists, but there's still radio, and there's still some artists, but the artists are fewer. It's not like it was, where you had Tom Petty and his band renting a van and a trailer and driving it to California to be stars, totally unknown from Gainesville, and in 2 days had a contract, you know.
Had 2 or 3 offers.
2 or 3 offers. Those days are, I don't know, it's just different now.
Well, we better
structure's changed.
Better wrap it up so these guys can do their Facebook Live.
Yep. Okay. Well, folks, we're going to wrap it up with a tale of the week from myself. This is my book called Tales of the Week from Dog Hill to Tripoli and Back. As a matter of fact, I got a new shipment of these books in. So if you're interested, just comment or whatever at the bottom of wherever you're watching this, and or maybe we can put the link in to where you can purchase a book if you want one. There, it's 25 tales guaranteed to make you laugh, cry, and pontificate.
$10 word.
And you can read them in the bathroom. You can read them in the bedroom. You can read them sitting on the couch. with Yeti. So tonight, or this episode blog is entitled, I don't have contents here.
I thought you might go.
It's called, I Never Knew Jesus Could Sing So High. Amen?
And tell them why you chose this one tonight.
Well, y'all will know why I chose this one. If you remember our guest, the Page Brothers Band, their new EP is called Blood on the Bible Belt. And here we go. I wouldn't trade anything for growing up in the South Georgia Bible Belt. We was raised up to know the difference between right and wrong. For Sunday school, training union, and Wednesday night prayer meeting, our family was always in attendance at Calvary Baptist Church. I was baptized in November of 1964 by Reverend Howard Grimes in that cold blue baptismal pool situated directly below a mural of the Jordan River and just above the heads of the Calvary Choir, which included Billy Beverly, Junior Martin, Willis Mansell, and Marilyn Martin, to name a few. These days, I'll gladly listen to a rendition of Softly and Tenderly or Church in the Wildwood, sung plaintively in that old Baptist hymnal style, rather than the repetitive praise and worship stuff flashed across a big screen in modern church services. Like everything in life, from art to music to literature, it just don't roll if it ain't got soul. As we grow older, lines blur between what we know to be right and what just plain feels right. I was into rock and roll from the first time I heard Elvis sing Hard-Headed Woman on the King Creole album. At the same time, we had 45 RPMs of Presley with the Blackwood Brothers, a Southern gospel quartet that we listened to religiously. From Elvis to Graham Parsons and Aretha to Ray Charles, Southern black and white artists that I grew up listening to often struggled with the biblical beliefs they were raised with and the looser morals of the road, the juke joints, and everything that went with them. Despite the conflict, I loved secular music just as well and was elated upon discovering that some of my favorite songs were written with Jesus in mind. I suppose it lent some validity to my music, which didn't always sit well with the older generation. Many of the song's meanings were quite evident, as in Norman Greenbaum's 1969 hit, Spirit in the Sky, or Jesus is Just All Right, an out-and-out gospel tune written by Arthur Reed Reynolds in '66, later recorded by the Byrds and the Doobie Brothers. There were others in that early 70s period, like Are You Ready by Pacific Gas and Electric, Put Your Hand in the Hand by Ocean, I Can Feel Him in the Morning by Grand Funk Railroad, and Day by Day from the cast of Godspell, the Broadway musical composed by Stephen Schwartz. From Cat Stevens' 1971 album, Teaser and the Firecat, came Morning Has Broken, a top 10 song and popular Christian hymn first published in 1931 and written by an English author by the name of Eleanor Farjeon. The 1970 rock opera, Jesus Christ Superstar, written by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice, stirred up a lot of controversy around the world and in small towns across the South, Waycross included. The album was first released in September of '70, generating the radio hits Superstar and I Don't Know How to Love Him, sung beautifully by Yvonne Elliman, who portrayed Mary Magdalene on the recording. It was truly a rock opera. Jesus' part was played by Deep Purple's multi-octave lead singer Ian Gillan. Lead guitarist Henry McCullough had already performed at Woodstock with Joe Cocker's Grease Band, and following Superstar, He went on to play with Spooky Tooth and Paul McCartney's band Wings, adding his solos to the hits Live and Let Die and My Love. It was in 1972 that the live tour of Jesus Christ Superstar came to the Jacksonville Coliseum and found me along with a pile of rock-loving, church-going Waycross teenagers in the seats. Jesus Christ Superstar ended up being the best-selling album in 1971, meaning that a lot of teenagers bought it. To the best of my memory, a contingent of local pastors held a public panel of discussion regarding the controversial record. I remember being proud of Calvary's pastor at the time, Vernon Vaughn. He said in that panel discussion, he said something to the effect that if it causes conversation and provokes thought among the youngsters, then at least they're talking and thinking about Jesus. Amen.
Wow, that was great, man.
Good.
So, once again, we want to thank Dakota and Travis Page, the Page Brothers Band, for coming on our podcast one more time. And we thank y'all for watching. Again, we ask that you subscribe, rate, review,
Like. And right after here, we'll have the Page Brothers live, so y'all continue watching.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See ya. What's up, y'all?
What's up, everybody?
Make sure you look at your camera there. We are the Page Brothers. I'm Travis. This is Cody. Y'all probably know that. We are in Waycross at Caution Light Media. Courtesy of Caution Light, we're doing this live stream. So yeah, we're going to have a fun time. We just recorded a podcast with them. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Something in the Water podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube and all that. That'll be coming out real soon. And make sure to check out all the other episodes. But yeah, we're pretty excited to do this live stream, man. It's real cool. We got Justin Mercer doing all the audio and video. So yeah, it's awesome. So I guess we'll kick it off with a song, man. Original tune.
We got to do one off our album Blood on the Bible Belt that we just released. Just want to say thank you to everybody that's bought a copy. And
yeah, and they're still available, so you can get them on get the digital stuff on all the streaming platforms and all that.
Yeah, iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music.
Yeah, and we got physical CDs. Just hit us up and we'll get you one. All right, it's called Bloodhound.
I'm an officer of the court. I'm the backhand of the law. When a killer goes running free, well, I'm the one they call. I'm a hunting dog, running hot on the fox's trail. As long as I got a scent or trace, well, I will prevail. When I close my eyes, I still see all the faces of the lives that I've cut down. I'm a bloodhound. And I'ma track you down. There ain't no way to justify killing or blood spilling. I take your life for those who died, while you take for your evil dealing. If I could go back and stop you from what you done, wouldn't have to meet me at the end of my gun. When I close my eyes, I still see all the faces of the lives that I've cut down. I'm a bloodhound, and I'ma track you down. It's hard to sleep when you got blood on your hands. I got your bounty, I'm a lawman. When I close my eyes, I still see all the faces of the lives that I've cut down. When I close my eyes, I still see all the faces of the lives that I've cut down. I'm a bloodhound, and I'ma track you down. I'm a bloodhound, and I'ma track you down. Yeah, it's hard to sleep when you got blood on your hands. I got your bounty, I'm a lawman.
Yeah, it's called Bloodhound off our EP Blood on the Bible Belt. Got anybody chiming in yet? Got some watchers?
Yeah, I got a few.
Sweet, man. Awesome.
Chuck Westbrook.
Chuck, shout out to Chuck. Hope you're feeling good, man. Oh, sweet. Justin Moore, what's up, man?
Kevin King.
Sweet. Awesome.
Sean Clark.
Sean, man. Long time no see. Yeah, so let's what's we got here? We'll do what you got in mind? Something good?
You want to do another original?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do that one that you just finished writing, man.
So this is a new song. This is called Life I Choose. Me and Cody started writing it, the first verse and chorus, and it sat for a while, and nothing came of it. And Chuck, who's watching right now, actually came up with that little hook line, Life I Choose. So he's got a little credit on there. But I couldn't figure out what to put there in the chorus. So. But yeah, it's called Life I Choose. Just finished this one. So. Well, people say they like my songs, but they don't come to my shows.
Don't sing along to spell my name wrong on the marquee every night. Well, I got 35 cents, half a tank of gas. Smoked my last cigarette, I'm running out of grass. Don't know where I'm heading, but where I'm heading's only get me right. Oh, I'm gonna leave behind everything I know. I'm too far gone, but I'm getting close. Straight as a crook, crooked as a crow. I'm dodging the lead, but taking the blow. I owe a lot of folks, but I paid my dues. Staying afloat by singing the blues. Well, I'm just living this life I choose. Well, I made it down to Austin, picked up a few shows, playing songs that nobody knows. I'm making my name by telling stories that don't really rhyme. Well, I got an old purple bag from a bottle of Crown I finished last night after playing the town. I'm gonna try to fill it with dollars, nickels and dimes. Oh, I'm gonna leave behind everything I know. I'm too far gone, but I'm getting close. Straight as a crook, crooked as a crow. I'm dodging the lead, but I'm taking the blow. I owe a lot of folks, but I paid my dues. Staying afloat by singing the blues. Well, I'm just living this life I choose. Well, I've been gone for some time now. My mama wrote me a letter asking me how I've been making an honest living in the big city lights. Well, I called her up on the payphone line, said, Mama, turn the station to 100.9. They're playing my song on that radio tonight. Oh, I'm gonna leave behind everything I know. I'm too far gone, but I'm getting close. Straight as a crook, crooked as a crow. I'm dodging the lead, but taking the blow. I owe a lot of folks, but I paid my dues. Staying afloat by singing the blues. Oh, I'm just living this life I staying afloat by singing the blues. Oh, I'm just living this life I choose. New song, first time anybody has ever heard it right there. Debuted on Facebook live stream presented by Caution Light Media. That's called Life I Choose, written by Dakota Page, myself, and Chuck Westbrook. Yeah. Cool, man. That was fun.
Gina Thomas says she loves this.
Heck yeah.
Chuck says killer song. Fred Emmon, I love it.
Sweet.
Micah Bond says super good.
Awesome.
Abigail Ash, man, that's good.
Heck yeah. Thank y'all. Glad there's people listening here and watching. I think it looks pretty good. I could see it on the screen there.
Yeah, it do.
I don't think I ever looked so good. I'm just kidding. What you got, Cody?
Shoot, I always look this good.
Hey, now.
Do another original song.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's pump them out.
Let's do Mama Daddy Blues.
All right, let's do it. Get a little bluesy here. So this is a new one. You tell them about it a little bit.
It's one that me and him wrote together. I think it's one that a lot of musicians can relate to.
You'll hear.
You'll hear.
All right. Also a brand new one. Not many.
Yeah, it's brand new. Yeah. Well, your mama and your daddy don't think too much of me. They said get you a man with a job and a college degree. 'Cause this old boy ain't got no life, he ain't going nowhere, I've seen his kind. Well, your mama and your daddy don't think too much of me. They don't like my long hair, they say I'm always high. If you wanna get ahead, get a man that's bona fide. He plays in a bar for a bottle of Jack. He'll probably pawn his guitar knowing he won't get it back. Well, your mama and your daddy don't think too much of me. Ain't got a Lincoln with that new car smell, but my 87 Chevy Vans are running well. Ain't got much money, but I'll give back, 'cause you can't take that when you die. Well, your mama and your daddy don't think too much of me. They say get you a man with a job and a college degree. 'Cause this old boy ain't going nowhere. Seen his kind, he ain't going nowhere. Well, your mama and your daddy don't think too much of me. They say get you a man with a job and a college degree. 'Cause this old boy ain't got no life, he ain't going nowhere, I've seen his kind. Well, your mama and your daddy don't think too much of me. Well, I don't give a damn what your mama and your daddy think of me.
Yeah. Little jump blues tune.
Yeah,
Still, still a little rusty, but we're getting it.
that's right.
Heck yeah. Mama Daddy Blues. And actually, Chuck named that song.
Yeah, we played it for him and we couldn't never figure out a name for it. And he's like, Mama Daddy Blues. I was like, you know what? That fits.
Heck yeah.
Jerry Griffin says sounded good.
Shout out Jerry. What's up, man?
Sean Frost. Just love to see that.
Awesome. Heck yeah.
Duncan Cannon.
Duncan. Shout out to Duncan. Plays
Okay.
drums with us sometimes.
Chandler Loper.
What's up? Yeah, man. Cool. As long as we're not losing a lot of viewers. We're doing something.
That's right.
They're watching.
Sweet, man. Awesome.
I think usually we do live streams, it'll fluctuate, like people tune in and then you lose a couple people, then more people comment, like the longer it goes or whatever.
Heck yeah. Well, this is cool. I'd say it's probably the coolest live stream you did.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. Awesome being here in the Caution Light studio, man.
Misty Tyson Humphreys.
Misty, what's up?
Love you boys.
Love y'all. Shout out to Todd Sargent, another singer-songwriter from the area. Definitely got to get him over here and introduce him to Caution Light, man.
Duncan Cannon says if somebody don't get pregnant with this live stream, I swear to God.
Duncan's always got something to say like that. Cool, man. Let's do let's see. What you got, man?
Do
a cover. Let's do
let's do a cover.
One that we like to do, a really good one here.
If I can find that pick. See, when I play
here's
guitar,
one right
the
here.
pick flies out of my hand.
Got Gorilla Glue.
Here's a backup.
Oh, look at that, man. What you got?
All right, you want to do a cover? All
Nothing
right.
compares to you. Oh, you got something else in mind?
I got a little ZZ Top,
Let's
man.
do it, man.
Hey, mm, hey. Well, Jesus just left Chicago and is bound for New Orleans. Hey. Well, Jesus just left Chicago and is bound for New Orleans. Hey. Working from one end to the other, and our points in between. Took a jump through Mississippi, turned that muddy water into wine. Hey. Took a jump through Mississippi, turned that muddy water into wine. Hey. We're going down through Chicago, through the forests and the pines. Oh, take me with you, Jesus. See him in person, Lord, but he'll see you all the same. Hey. You might not see him in person, Lord, but he'll see you all the same. Well, you don't have to worry, 'cause taking care of business is his name. Turn that muddy water into wine.
Yeah, ZZ. Well, Jesus just loves Chicago. Yeah, man.
Fred Inman,
What's up?
Hunter Matthews, what's up?
What's
up,
up?
Hunter?
Jupiter Coyote.
What's up? Heck yeah. Awesome.
Me, Michelle Craven.
Nice. All right, man. What else we got? Let's put down the original tune. You want to do Mustard Seed?
Yeah, we could do one. We could do Mustard Seed.
Got it. We gotta get the cape on the right fret. The original tune Cody wrote It's called Mustard Seed.
I've seen cowards rise, and I've seen brave men fall. I've seen things I wish I hadn't seen. Sometimes it's like I've seen it all. Like an old beat up truck broke down on the interstate. I've seen so many people stranded without a lick of faith. Well, some men take to praying, and some men take to drinking. Every man's got his own way of coping. Every man's got his own way of thinking. Remember when you're hopeless, or you have lost your way, that a tiny little mustard seed could carry the mountains away. Well, for some time I've been in denial, hiding a sad man's frown behind an empty smile. I never thought these hard days will pass, passing out drunk every night on my next door neighbor's grass. Well, some men take to praying, and some men take to drinking. Every man's got his own way of coping. Every man's got his own way of thinking. Remember when you're hopeless, or you have lost your way, that a tiny little mustard seed could carry the mountains away. Some men take to praying, and some men take to drinking. Every man's got his own way of coping. Every man's got his own way of thinking. Remember when you're hopeless, or you have lost your way, that a tiny little mustard seed could carry the mountains away. That a tiny little mustard seed could carry the mountains away.
Mustard seed. John Prine inspired.
Yep.
Let's do a little
Tell everybody what your PayPal.
yeah, definitely. So if y'all want to give us a little tip or put a little, give us a little love in the digital tip jar, I'll give y'all the link. You can type it in. It's PayPal will be paypal.me/tpage98. And Venmo will be at tpage98, or you could just type in travis.page11@gmail.com if you want to leave a little tip. If not, that's cool. So yeah, I guess we'll play another original. Got it. All right. Do a little. It's called
Cast of
Cast
Moonlight.
of Moonlight.
With shadows dancing on a sleepless night, you're paranoid, misplaced your mind. Not a soul inside, not a soul inside. There's something lurking out here tonight. As the world goes dark under the casting moonlight, well, fortune teller with your crystal ball, tell me what you see when the daylight falls. Not a soul inside, not a soul inside. There's something lurking out here tonight. As the world goes dark under the casting moonlight, fortune teller with your crystal ball, tell me what you see when the daylight falls. Not a soul inside, not a soul inside. There's something lurking out here tonight. As the world goes dark under the casting moonlight,
Everybody around.
as the world goes dark under the casting moonlight.
Yeah. They're kind of newer original that we've written here lately.
Yup.
Yeah.
Y'all probably be on the next record that we do.
Heck yeah. Do a full length.
Yeah, we're gonna do a full
Like
length
11,
album.
12 songs. Yeah.
That's right.
Can't wait, man. Next project's gonna be cool. Again, y'all check out the EP Blood on the Bible Belt. You know, on online everywhere and all that stuff. And shows coming up. We'll have some CDs. We're kind of out of CDs right now. We're waiting on some more. Got some merch, some T-shirts. Hopefully get some stickers in soon for all y'all asking about those. And this weekend we got some shows coming up. George Beer Company in Valdosta on Friday. And then we will be at the pub
I think the pub.
on Saturday, maybe.
Yeah.
If not, if I got those reversed, they'll be posted on the Facebook page.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all pretty much just go to our Facebook page and
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up, so we'll be
we
announcing
post,
that.
yeah, post the flyers and stuff for shows, and
Yep.
we're booked up a good bit for the next couple months, so y'all will definitely have an opportunity to come check out our band and stuff.
Yeah, man.
A live show with it.
Yep. Heck yeah. Let's see something else what we got, man. You want to do a little bluesy original song? A little
I say we do a cover.
do another cover? Yes, it. Which one you got? Let's do something cool, man. called Hank 3.
Let's do a Hank 3
This is a
song.
Hank 3 song. It's Hank Williams Sr.'s grandson. Hank the Third, Hank 3. Little 7 long months. One more time.
I'm leaving Mississippi and I'm looking for high ground. Since 7 long months, 39 days, turn my ways around. I ain't proud of the things I've done, just got to change it now. Since 7 long months, 39 days, turn my ways around. Got an 18-wheeler and a one-out dog. Ain't got nothing to say to the law, no. Got 10 more miles and I'm hitting that county line. And I ain't got no more worries on my mind. Leaving Mississippi and I'm looking for high ground. Since 7 long months, 39 days, turn my ways around. I ain't proud of the things I've done, just got to change it now. Since 7 long months, 39 days, turn my ways around. My worn-out jeans don't fit no more. I got long hair on my back. I guess not the best appearance for that judge in black. Well, he picked up his pain and he took me away for a little stretch of time. Since 7 long months, 39 days, never did a crime. Got an 18-wheeler and a one-out dog. Ain't got nothing to say to the law, no. Got 10 more miles and I'm hitting that county line. And I ain't got no more worries on my mind. Leaving Mississippi and I'm looking for high ground. Since 7 long months, 39 days, turn my ways around. I ain't proud of the things I've done, just got to change it now. Since 7 long months, 39 days, turn my ways around. Since 7 long months, 39 days, turn my ways around. Since 7 long months, 39 days, turn my ways around. I said 7 long months and 39 days, turn my ways around. I said 7 long months and 39 days, turn my ways around.
Oh, 7 long months. See who we got on that thing. Thank you.
Sarah Kennedy.
Sarah, what's up?
Sarah. Shout out to Sarah and James Kennedy.
Yeah.
Misty Tyson.
Misty and Todd, what's up, y'all?
Deanna Hanchey. Gus Snell.
Very cool.
Dayton Griffin. Melody Bryan.
Melody, what's up?
Michael Miller.
Awesome.
Jordan Daniels.
Sweet. Cool deal. I like hearing names that I don't know. It means people,
Same.
you know, new people watch, man. It's awesome. Sweet.
Brandon Rowland. Rosemarie Thomas.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Again, I want to mention the Something in the Water podcast. Make sure y'all, we just filmed one with Caution Light. So y'all go on YouTube and check out Something in the Water. They got about, 9, 10 episodes already? So we got a new one coming out here shortly. So y'all be on the lookout for that. With Sean Clark and Dave Griffin, man.
They got a Facebook page, so make sure you go like it.
That's right.
Follow them, and it's it's cool doing the podcast, man. Like
it's fun.
Anytime it felt like Joe Rogan, man, or something.
Yeah. Sitting around talking and filming it and recording it. It's awesome.
Yep.
Cool, man. Well, let's see.
Doing original.
Greg Gettings.
Awesome.
All right, cool. All
right. Got an original?
Yeah.
Tell me what it's called.
It's called Empty Bottle Blues.
Like my liquor and my women the same. We're blended from the finest grain. I take a shot of you, mama, in an outdoor day. Ain't had a drink since you been away. I got them a low down, empty bottle blue. Well, my daddy told me, son, you better stay away from whiskey and easy women, a damn sure way to land yourself in an early grave. I got an endless thirst, then you're what I crave. I got them a low down, empty bottle blue. Take a shot, pour a shot, give me some more. Come a little closer, baby, through my door. It don't matter what we do, as long as the bottle is half full. Then I won't have them empty bottle blues. Get that guitar. Like my liquor and my women the same. We're blended from the finest grain. I take a shot of you, mama, in an outdoor day. Ain't had a drink since you been away. I got them a low down, empty bottle blue. I got them a low down, empty bottle blue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Empty bottle blues. Thank you, Justin, man. Heck yeah. And also, y'all say thanks to Justin Mercer over here, recording it and making it look pretty and all that, making it sound good, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, man. You want to do another one off the EP?
Yeah,
do a little Last Rites? Or you got something else in mind? You gonna override me?
I mean, I am the boss. I'm just kidding. I am the older brother.
You don't tell me what to do, man.
I'm bigger than you.
You don't tell me what to do.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
Andy Johnson said, hey.
Andy Johnson, what's up, man?
Andy, what's up, man?
He was on a Something in the Water podcast a while back. So y'all check out Andy Johnson music.
Hit Royal Johnson, right?
Yep, that's part of that.
Man.
Yep,
Yeah.
been making.
The band's over now, but he's still doing solo stuff.
Yep.
I know that. I think I'd seen where y'all had done a video with them. I think it's Ballad of Birmingham or something. Yeah, that was awesome,
That was great
man.
stuff, man.
Making Rose Hill Cemetery.
Yeah. All right. Let's see this. I'm gonna do it on. What's the key we gonna do it in?
You do it in 3.
All right. Do an F. All right. This is called Last Rites. This is off Blood on the Bible Belt. It's about a man's.
Last night alive, like he's a convicted, murderer sitting in prison, and he's waiting his execution.
That's right.
And it's his last night alive.
Getting that frame of mind.
Yeah.
Here I stand and convicted, man, they gonna make an example out of me. Well, come the morning, Lord, they're gonna hang me in the street. I killed 12 men with my 410 that didn't try to run. Each life I've taken, not start a stock of my gun. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Gonna meet my early morning fate at the end of the hangman's noose. I break the hand, I pass the sentence. If it wasn't for these chains, send me all down to my cell. I won't be raising Cain. Preacher man called me, he said, son, I'm here to read you your last rites and pray for your eternal soul, for this is your last night. An eye for an eye, or tooth for a tooth. Gonna meet my early morning fate at the end of the hangman's noose. I don't know who's more to blame, the hangman or the judge. The only thing I know, the only price for blood is blood. Well, I stare out a single window to the only giving light. As the morning sun comes seeping in, Lord, comes the end of my life. For an eye, or tooth for a tooth. Gonna meet my early morning fate at the end of the hangman's noose. An eye for an eye, or tooth for a tooth. Gonna meet my early morning fate at the end of the hangman's noose. Gonna meet my early morning fate at the end of the hangman's noose.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's on the album. Y'all can get it on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon.
But the best way
Just to get it on.
Get the CD. And if y'all buy enough of them, then we can get some vinyls made. How about that? All y'all asking about vinyl records.
Yeah, we want to get some vinyls made. It's just
y'all could donate.
Pricey.
Donate to the fund, PayPal. But yeah, for real. Awesome. Let's see, man. How we doing on time?
They got 15 minutes.
Sweet. Heck yeah.
15 minutes. All right, cool. Yeah. All right.
Here's your McConaughey line. Say that all the time. What you got? Something in that same key?
Yeah. Or no.
Yeah or no? I don't. Which one, man? All right, let's see. I guess I'll have to pick something.
How about you how about you sing one, man? Do Angels Flying Too Close to the Ground.
Willie Nelson?
Yeah, dude.
All right, this is for Chuck, if Chuck's still watching.
He's on.
Chuck, this is for you, man. If you had not have fallen, and I would not have found you, angels flying too close to the ground. I patched up your broken wing, hung around a while, trying to keep your spirits up and your fever down. Knew someday that you'd fly away, for love's the greatest healer to be found. So leave me if you need to, I will still remember. Angels flying too close to the ground. Fly on, past the speed of sound. I'd rather see you up than see you down. So leave me if you need to, I will still remember. Angels flying too close to the ground. So leave me if you need to, I will still remember. Angels flying too close to the ground. Angels flying too close to the ground. A little bit of Willie there for you.
Let's do a Easy Wind.
Yeah, we could do a little jammy tune. We'll jam a little bit. It's a little Grateful Dead tune written by Pigpan, Kernan. All right. It was written by him.
I think he wrote it, but I know he sang.
Oh, well, he sang it. Well, Google it. Whatever. All right, this is called Easy Win.
I've been ballin' a shiny black steel jackhammer, chipping off rocks for the great highway. If I live 5 years, I'm gonna take my time, ballin' that jack and drinking my wine. Yes, I will. I've been ballin' that jack from dawn till doom. I'ma rather have my bottle in the other room. Well, doctor say, son, quit ballin' that jack. If I live 5 years, I'm gonna bust my back. Yes, I will. Ah, yeah. Easy win, Lord. Low crosser, bio today. 'Cause there's a whole lot of women, mama, out in red in the street today. Where the river kids are talking, you never hear a word they say. Gotta find me a woman that's good to me, won't take my liquor, try to smoke my weed. I'm a stone jack baller and my heart is true. Everything I gotta give to you, yes I will. Ah, yeah. Easy win, Lord, low crosser, bio today. There's a whole lot of women, mama, out in red in the street today. Where the river keeps the talking, you never hear a word they say. Where the river keeps the talking, you never hear a word they say.
A little Grateful Dead. I always gotta have a little Dead in the set.
That's right.
Got any hate comments yet?
Nothing but love.
No, we love y'all too.
Road Mist, Arlene Goff, Gene Richardson, Paul Heath, Linda Richardson, Jessica Lowe, Log golf.
Awesome. Sweet. Chuck, man. Chuck's always hanging in there. Appreciate Chuck.
That Willie song.
Awesome. All right, man. We got a couple more originals. Let's do want to do something off the EP or something else? Not off the EP.
We'll do one off the EP.
It's called When a Poor Man's Rich.
Some of the worst people that I ever met had way more money than they could ever spend. High and seated on their horse of pride, things seemed so righteous, but they never gave a dime. This guy over here, faced with old man's struggle, has more weight in debt than he could possibly juggle. For those in need, he'll give all he has. The last dime to his name or the shirt off his back. When a poor man's rich and a rich man's poor, tell me whose life you think's worth living more. Tell me what makes you better than the man on down the street, or the homeless guy in the parking lot begging for your money. It don't matter the price tag of your car, only the truth you hold deep within your heart. When a poor man's rich and a rich man's poor, tell me whose life you think worth living more. You could go to church all that you can. That don't give you the right to judge another man. It don't matter about your callous skin or the worldly scars you hold within. When a poor man's rich and rich man's poor, tell me whose life you think's worth living more. When a poor man's rich and a rich man's poor, tell me whose life you think's worth living more. When a poor man's rich and a rich man's poor, tell me whose life you think's worth living more? Whose life you think worth living more?
Yeah. On a poor man's rich. Bad chord. All right, man. So we got about 2 more? Yeah. Heck yeah. Definitely do 2 more. Let's see here.
You Waylon Jennings?
Do a little Waylon? Do that and then do another original. And we'll end it with an original. Another original. You want to? We got 2 more. I picked some good. What you got in mind? We don't have a set list. This is all live, off the cuff.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Mistakes and all included. So Waymore's Blues.
Woke up this morning, it was drizzling rain. Around the curb come a passenger train. Heard somebody yodel in a hobo moan. Jimmy, he did, it been a long time gone, been a long time gone. It been a long time gone. If you wanna get to heaven, got a D.I.E. Gotta put on your coat and T.I.E. If you wanna get the rabbit out the L.O.G., gotta make a commotion like a D.O.G., like a D.O.G. Like a D.O.G. Got a good woman, what's the matter with me? Why do I love every woman I see? Was trifling when I met her and I'm trifling again. Every woman she sees look like a place that came in, like a place that came in. Like a place that came in. Got my name written on my shirt. I ain't no ordinary dude. I don't have to work. I don't have to work. I don't have to work.
The Waymore's Blues by Waylon Jennings. So yeah, I guess we got one more song. We're gonna end off on something here. What you wanna play? Sad song, happy song? Funny song?
I don't know, man. I think it is one. Give me a second.
You got one? Man. You need a capo?
Yeah, I don't know what old cable right here.
What you got? Now this is about the time where you should tell a joke. But don't say it.
A guy walks into a bar with a pair of jumper cables. The bartender looks over at him and says, "Don't try and start nothing in here, man."
And all y'all watching this if y'all seen us play live,
You've heard that joke?
you hear that joke 5 times in one night. Just kidding, just one time, but yeah, he said it a lot. He's got it memorized down pat. He's practiced it a lot of times. He stares in the mirror and says that joke. Try to get every little thing right about it. He's proud of it. All right, what we got? We got one more?
I can't even remember where
You heard the joke?
I heard the joke.
Did you read it out in one of those joke books?
Probably, I don't know. Man, no, because Because a lot of the jokes in them joke books weren't that funny to me.
They're pretty lame.
Yeah.
Probably just Googled a good joke to tell at a bar.
That's right.
And
Probably.
that one came up on the Google search results.
All right, let me think here. Well, just the last song.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, man.
I know
It's
it
a lot
is.
of pressure. It's live. Gotta make sure it's a good song.
That's right. And does it have to be an original too?
Yeah, let's play an original. I think we gotta play an original tune here. This is the Page Brothers band. Or one half of it. The Page Brothers. I guess it don't. Whatever we want to do. Whatever feels right in your soul.
No, because I can't really think of. I'm just trying
There's
to
so
think
many,
of one.
man.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I don't know
them.
what to do here.
And then not only that, but there's a lot of songs I wish that we could play, but they ain't finished yet.
There's a lot of unfinished songs, yeah.
And then there's some finished songs that we just wrote and just don't remember all the words to them yet because we ain't got it.
You got to write it down on some paper.
It's wrote down on some paper, man.
Is it? You never write anything down, man.
I got them in cell phone recorders. I ain't worried about it.
Archives. All right. Sorry, y'all. We're just rambling. You pick it. It's on you. What you got?
All right, it's on me.
It's called Fast Paced Living. It's about living fast.
Well, son, you need to take it slow. Lost all your money down in Mexico. No, can't blame the game, boy. You lost the upper hand. Now you're out running as fast as you can. I know you can't stay between the lines. You might be a little too high to drive. This fast-paced living is gonna pass you by. This fast-paced living is gonna pass you by. Here you are living life on speed, taking pills by the handful and smoking top shelf weed. Now you know that you can't run from your blues. Oh, that's true. One day this fast-paced living is gonna catch up with you. I know you can't stay between the lines. You might be a little too high to drive. This fast-paced living is gonna pass you by. This fast-paced living's gonna pass you by. can't stay between the lines. You might be a little too high to try. This fast-paced living is gonna pass you by. This fast-paced living's gonna pass you by. This fast-paced living's gonna pass you by. This fast-paced living's gonna pass you by.
Yeah, fast-paced living off Blood on the Bible Belt.
Yo, that's on the CD.
So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Big thanks to Justin Mercer, Caution Light Media, for hosting this and doing this awesome live stream.
And make sure to check out Something in the Water podcast. Yep. And
definitely. And when else I guess, is it going to be the next episode coming out? The next one is going to have this performance afterwards, maybe, right? Cool deal, yeah. So y'all can watch it again and watch the podcast. So yeah, man. Y'all be safe. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next time.
When the cold black water finds its way across through your veins, it just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate.